Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our webinar. We have today Najia Habib with us. She's going to introduce herself. The webinar would be bifurcated into two different topics. Once a topic completes, then we'll take some questions. But here, Nadia, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. So is it over to me or you're gonna take it away?
Nadia, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you, Firoz. So assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope everyone is good. I don't know how many people have joined me, but I just assume that we are hundreds and thousands of us. Okay, so I got a little bit under the weather today, but do not worry, it's not COVID. My COVID test stays negative. So today's session is going to be in English, but I can speak Urdu, Punjabi, Hindi, Pashto very well. So I'm going to a little bit tell you about myself. My name is Najia Habib. I'm born and raised in Peshawar and living in Canada for past 20 years. So I went to Canada for studies and then never came back. So I do come back here occasionally. I think in 2014 I came here and I taught a session here, and now I'm here again. So our session is going to be interactive. So I'll make sure that I will include my virtual audience and my great audience that is present here. So the first part of the session is, okay, so something more about me. So I am a chartered professional accountant from Canada. So in Canada, there used to be 3 accounting designations. CPA is the unified form of it. So we used to have a CMA, Certified Management Accountant. I hold that degree as well. And then we used to have a Certified General Accountant and then Chartered Accountant. And then back in 2014, they merged the 3 bodies into one, which is now called Chartered Professional Accountant. I have never talked about it, so let's move on. So we are going to talk about, so basically, I want to talk about how we can make a bridge between Canadian and Pakistani finance market, and how can we establish a unified platform. So whenever in Canada I hear about accounting firms who join hands together and offering the services in Canada, my limited knowledge, but I never come across a big accounting firm in Canada that is based in Pakistan. So I always used to think that why we are so behind. I find accounting firms who are based in UK, based in India, based in many other countries, but none of the biggest accounting firm over there is based in Pakistan. So let's suppose the front office is in Canada and the back office is in Pakistan. So I used to always think about it, that how can we make the bridge between these two financial markets and how we can leverage each other's capacity. So back in 2011, 10 years ago, I started my accounting firm there. And then I wanted to hire somebody from Pakistan. So it's been 10 years I'm struggling. I couldn't find one person who can work in Canadian accounting market and can compete with them. So I thought that there is a lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, lack of training, because Canadian accounting and finance terminologies are a little different than Pakistani terminologies. The taxation rules are different. Some of the accounting standards are different too. And the lack of training is something that pulls you guys back, hold you guys back. So I always wanted to come and train people on gap and on accounting cycles, on payroll procedures, on different softwares that are used in Canada, on taxation rules and regulations. I always wanted to open that door for my Pakistani brothers and sisters, and I didn't know where to start from. So I used to talk this in my family, and they used to mock me and bash me that, oh my God, what do you want to do? People are so well informed here. They know everything. Pakistani knows everything, right? They don't need to be taught. They don't need to be trained, right? That's like a basic concept. That they're not open for more learning. Is it true or is it not true? Pakistani open for more learning? Well, I think they are open. That's why we are here. That's why you guys are here. I can see that. Mashallah, mashallah. No, I'm not. I'm not tying everybody with one rope, but uh, within the group that I used to talk to, I figured that out that they want to learn, they want to get training, but they want to know the reward first. What is the reward? We will take this training, but what we're gonna get from it, you know? So they always want to know what's there for them. So I thought that okay, so I'm gonna talk in chronological order. मैं नीचे से ऊपर जाऊंगी. मैं बताऊंगी what is the reward there, and then the training will, the doors for the training will open. So the reward is there that the first reward is there if you understand the industry there, if you understand the product and services there, if you understand the activities there, then you can capture your market share. Then you would know what exactly is scarce resource in Canada. Because whatever is easily available in Canada, nobody is going to outsource it, right? So whatever is cheaper there, the services and the products, nobody is going to come to Pakistan to pay the bigger price to take it. So we need to first understand the product and services that Canadian financial market offers. If you know 100% of it, there is always, nobody is perfect in knowledge. Only Allah is perfect in knowledge, right? We always lack somewhere. Our knowledge is lacking in somewhere. So together, if we join hands together, we can help each other to become perfect. So as a unit, we can become perfect, but as individual, we're not perfect. So the industry, so the first question is, what are the accounting services in Canada? So before I answer this, I would want to know what are the accounting products and services in Pakistan. So if anybody in my virtual audience can take mic and come and shed some light on it. What are the industry product and services offered in Pakistan? And I'm strictly talking about accounting and finance services. So Firoz, help me get a brave human out there who can take a mic and shed some light on it. This session is going to be interactive throughout. It's not, there's no such thing as question answers in the end. So
Sure,
maybe
Nadia.
you.
Sure. Does anyone want to join us and let us know what are the basic or the most services that are offered in Pakistan easily available? Anyone wants to join in?
If I
Okay,
had
Hassan
named,
Farooq. Hassan
You
Farooq,
would
can you raise your hand? I'm going to put you on unmute. Okay, Hassan, I've unmuted you. You're on self mute.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, Hassan.
we can hear
Loud and
you,
clear.
Hassan.
Oh, all right, perfect. So I just wanted to check. So the services that we are basically offering in any market are no different from what we are offering in Pakistan. It all starts with recording the journal entries. Even though that most of the organizations, since they have developed, grown to somewhat of a bigger scale. So many of them are now using different technologies or softwares to do that. But still, there's a huge chunk where we are recording the basics entries. And from there onwards, everything which leads up to the process where the financial statements are made to the and from there onwards to the auditing services that are being offered. And on a different spectrum, there are services such as who help with the implementation of standards. If somebody's going ahead and implementing the standards for the first time, and similarly within the ambit of accounting and auditing, we could say that if somebody wants to set up some internal control or auditing, that is also being offered. Plus an additional service, which is, like I said, that we are doing pretty much everything like every other market. We are also engaging in consulting services for the implementation and usage of different accounting and other ERP software such as SAP, Zero, and whatnot. So I guess I have sort of given a brief overview of what is being offered.
Thank you so much, Hassan. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate that. Okay, so I am going to summarize what Hassan said and add something that is offered in Canada as well. So, of course, auditing and assurance services, corporate and personal taxes, tax planning and consultant services, accounting, full cycle accounting services, insolvency and receivership services, and then the industry activities. These are product and services. And then if we come to industry activities, then we come to preparation of financial statements, developing budgets, designing the accounting systems, auditing, providing accounting advice to corporate clients, and tax advice to corporate and personal clients, and the software that are used over there in small businesses. Mostly QuickBooks is used there. QuickBooks Desktop was very popular, but QuickBooks Online, that is the cloud version of the same software, little bit better than desktop, is mostly used. NetSuite is mostly used.
Next. Which one?
NetSuite. And Zero is picking its pace, but it will take some time for it to establish. Other than that, of course, SAP is there, Oracle is there. Other than that, there are custom-made accounting softwares for bigger organizations. So there are few external drivers. For accounting businesses and firms, Canada's market size is about 20 billion. And how many accounting firms are out there in Canada? Apart from the big four, we are about 30,000. So about 30,000 accounting firms are operating in Canada. And this is going to increase by 3% in 2022. So Canada is a very open canvas for accountants and for financial individuals, because 30,000 accounting firms are not enough to cater the needs. There are, I think, 14 billion businesses. So Canada is all about businesses. Canada's major market is a business market. Its major market is not an employment market. So today I'm not going to talk about how you can get a job in Canada. Not at all. That's not my motive. How we can establish a business in Canada. That is my motive, right? And in our religion as well, we say that there is 3 part in business and 1 part in employment. Am I right? Yeah. Right? So we are going to focus on how we can become an entrepreneur in Canada, how we can start a business in Canada. And basically, we're going to talk about how can we start an accounting business in Canada, and then we'll talk about any other business. So you can start, Bilal, you can start a dairy farm in Canada. No? You can do that. Yeah.
Actually, I have a plan.
You have a plan? Yeah, you can do that. And what are the major small businesses in Pakistan? Now I need another again from online audience, someone who can come on mic and tell us top 5 small businesses, popular small businesses in Canada. Sorry, in Pakistan. Canada, chada mere muh pe. In Pakistan. Can somebody, Firoz, can you pick someone?
Yes, can you please raise your hand if someone wants to enlighten? Okay, Abdul Halim, I'm gonna unmute you. Yes, you can talk now. Abdul Halim.
Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are fine. First of all, thank you so much for giving your precious time. And we were so anxious to listen you about how one can start a business over there in Canada as compared to the businesses one do in Pakistan. For example, like you said that any small businesses one can name, like dairy is one of the small business that people are doing on small scales. One of my friend has started just in my city mushrooms harvesting, and another one has started like a small what can I say, social media services he's providing. Bloggers, this is a new trend that has been started in our Pakistan. And on consumer side,
digital marketing.
Yes.
So
yes.
Abdul,
Yeah. So my question from you is that we would definitely like to hear in this respect, because I'm also not interested to listen about the job market that one can get a job in Canada as compared to starting his or her own business.
We are going to talk about it.
So how hard is that to start a business?
We will come to that point in a bit, inshallah. That's our second half of the session. We'll come to that point. But first, let's just establish some foundation here, right? So you tell me, what are the top popular small businesses in Pakistan?
Sorry, can you please repeat the top businesses in Pakistan?
Top
the top
5
business in Pakistan.
Top 5 small businesses in Pakistan. Small.
I may not give you the correct answer, but I will try. I will try.
Yeah. Don't worry.
One is dairy farming.
Okay.
Dairy farming.
Okay.
Agriculture, and construction on small scale.
Mm-hmm. How about food?
And
we are so foodie, na? Love to eat.
Yes, food, definitely food. Yeah, food. Starting a small kind of hotel, providing only 2 or 3 dishes, like biryani is very trendy.
How
One
about
of
personal health and wellness? Is it popular in Pakistan?
No, but it's getting popular.
It's getting.
it is little bit hard because you have to gain the trust of the masses who are present over there, because nobody will come until he or she know that that person to whom I am going for consultation is having some kind of experience or any qualification and is being given the name prescribed by someone else that he or she is a good consultant in this regard.
We have trust issues. I understand that. Thank you so much, Abdul Halim. I'm gonna pick Mirza Bilal now to shed some more light on some of the popular small businesses in Pakistan.
Well, usually people go for to open some, you can say, outlet, some franchise.
Franchise
Yes,
business
yes.
is popular in
Yes,
Pakistan.
it's getting popular
It's getting popular.
because if you see the construction industry in the last 2 years in Pakistan, that has been grown.
That has
Yes.
been grown.
You can say it was a mushroom growth, but now people have to, accommodate these, mega, what you can say, that malls with these outlets.
So retail shops.
Retail shops, specifically international brands,
Mhm.
people like to, go to that shops now.
Mhm.
One is that, one other is the residential construction.
Mhm.
There are several type of construction, but constructing the houses, small houses,
Mhm.
is also, in getting
Mhm.
pace. And more is that once you start this construction of these houses, definitely there are some 30, 35 other industries that can, affect. One
Go
of them
hand
is-
in hand with the
Yes.
construction.
Yes, one of them is now people are more, inclined to that. One is the carpenter, carpenter, the woodworks. You can say a year or two before, people choose a one carpenter and do all the things. But now, at this moment, people are usually, focusing on to go for a proper person who have a business, who have a machine, who have everything, uh, so that he can, start. They can take that, this woodwork services from that one. And most you can say that people are interested in that one is the food one, but which you have already, mentioned.
Okay, so which industry is more popular here, products or services?
Products.
Products.
Yes, we are not services oriented country.
Okay, so if we talk about services, what are the major services that are popular here?
Usually, the incorporation services are the most
Incorporation services?
incorporating a company, is the most popular kind of service
Okay.
one can, give,
Okay.
and that is the most easiest thing.
Mhm.
So that corporate kind of services are, if you go to SECP, Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, on their website, or if you get the data every month, they register around 30,000 companies. What these 30,000 entities are doing.
We have no clue. Okay, so that takes us to establishing a unified platform between Pakistan and Canadian markets, which will offer incorporating services as well, incorporating business in Canada. Because, okay, let me talk about the business in Canada now, because I think most of my audience is really interested in businesses in Canada, establishing a business in Canada and moving to Canada. Am I right, Firoz?
Najia, I have received questions regarding how the businesses can be set up in Canada. People also want to know what are the costs that are involved in setting up a business in Canada.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna come to.
you may
I'm
kick
gonna
off.
come. Yeah, I'm gonna come to that. Okay, so before we start a business in Canada, we should know what is the entire cycle of the business. right? So you cannot start and you cannot throw yourself into deep waters and then learn to swim. You need to test the waters first, right? And then only then you can become a good swimmer, and then you can survive the tide, you know. So in order for you all, you need to know what is a business in Canada supposed to do. So any business in Canada, there are three types of businesses in Canada. One is the sole proprietor, which is very popular and common in Pakistan, I think. That's what I hear from everybody, right? The second type is the partnership. That is very common as well in Pakistan, but people say that they fight a lot. The partners fight a lot, right? They go into dispute. They do not like to have partners. So it's unlike in Canada. In Canada, you can open a business in partnership. You have to have a legal partnership agreement attested by the state. So the two partners cannot absolutely fight, cannot fight, because state then intervene. So then partnership in Canada is totally safe. कोई नहीं लड़ता, ठीक है, झगड़ा नहीं होता उधर. सही है. In Pakistan, I think
limited life.
LLPs, LLCs, there's so many options there, right? So the first one, let me go back to the first one, sole proprietor. When you are the founder, owner, CEO, CFO, everything, all the C class belong to you. And when you file taxes, in Canada, the taxation system is very strong. So regardless of your status, you have to file your year-end taxes. If you're individual, sole proprietor, then you have to file your personal taxes, because you're not a separate entity. You're yourself. When you're yourself, you're going to file your personal taxes. And for personal taxes, you will be called self-employed. So you will file self-employed personal taxes. So any client that comes to me in my accounting firm, the first question that I ask them is, what is the type of their business? If they are self-proprietor, first thing I ask them, why they are self-proprietor, because it's not in favor of any business in Canada to operate as self-proprietor. There are high taxation rules there, high tax brackets there, high liabilities there. In Canada, outside Pakistan, I don't know about Pakistan, you can shed some light on Pakistan liability section, but in Canada, you really need to save yourself from the liabilities. It's very, the culture over there is very, it's very law oriented. So if anything goes wrong by your business or in your business, you will be held liable. And if your business is not registered entity, is not a separate registered entity, and I'm going to come to that as well, the liability belongs to you. And if liability belongs to you, you will be paying off the charges. Okay. So the first thing, for example, if you open a shop and somebody, and it's a lot of snow there, which I do not like. So a lot of snow there, a lot of slippery grounds there, right? So if somebody slips in front of your shop and God forbid break an arm or leg, then they will charge you arm and leg, right? And if you're not registered as a separate entity, then you're going to pay all the price and it will cost you a fortune there. So being self-proprietor in Canada is big no-no. Just cross it off. It's not in your list. The second is a partnership. So under the partnership, you do go for liability insurance, you go for limited liability. It is okay as well. But the far most safe, popular, and cost-effective is called corporation. So you are going to incorporate your business in Canada. And there are two types of incorporations in Canada. One is a provincial incorporation, and the second one is, can you guess? Provincial and
Federal?
federal. Yeah, there you go. The same in Pakistan, is it?
Yes, somehow.
Yeah, ऐसे guess लगाया.
No, definitely one is provincial, other will be.
यहाँ पे भी ऐसे?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guess game challenge. Okay, so yeah, so provincial and federal, two types of corporations are popular in Canada. If you know that your business is going to go outside one province, then we recommend to federally incorporate your business. But for every federally incorporated business has to have a provincial incorporation as well. So wherever is the office location, either it's your home or you have a proper commercial office, you have to register your federal corporation provincially as well. And cost of registering a corporation. Now let's come to someone.
Provincial is must.
Provincial is must. So every federal corporation must be incorporated provincially. You can choose the province. When we incorporate a business in Canada, there is an option for a director or a shareholder to be not a resident of Canada. So a foreigner can also incorporate in Canada. But the cost of a foreigner to incorporate in Canada is of course way too high, triple the cost of the regular incorporation in Canada. So if a citizen or a resident of Canada incorporate a business federally, the cost is approximately 500 Canadian dollars. But if a foreigner incorporate in Canada, the cost is about 15 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. And it's just incorporating a business in Canada. Just the incorporation.
Incorporation fee.
Incorporation fee. There you go. So, while you are incorporating your business in Canada, the question is asked, what is going to be the business activity of your corporation? So there are two types of, within your incorporation, there are two types of incorporations. One is operating company and one is, can somebody take a guess? What can be the second one?
Can you repeat?
You were listening, you were not listening, you were writing. Okay, so I'm going to repeat my question, no problem. So under the corporation, there are two types of companies operating in Canada. One is called operating companies, and the second one is holding companies. So I'll just make it easy for you. And I'm going to give example. So for operating companies, all of the companies who are offering products and services must be registered as OptCo. And in short form, we call it OptCo. And the holding company, short form, we call it HoldCo. So the HoldCo is, for example, if you are going to open a retail business in Canada, you must incorporate your business as OptCo. But if you are going to open a company which is going to buy and sell houses, real estate, then we recommend a company to be HoldCo. So there is not going to be any operating revenue coming from the business activities.
With their legal name, this OptCo and HoldCo also mentioned, or it's just for, like in Pakistan, if you register a company, it will be like private limited or limited. Limited means something else, private limited means something else.
Okay, so over there we have Inc. Inc. dot. That's it. LTD भी है, but the most popular is Inc. So it's going to be Canada Inc. or Ontario Inc. That leads me to something that I must tell you. So when you are going to register a corporation in Canada, you will have to choose a name, or you can go a numbered company. So there is a named company or a numbered company. So if you want to choose a name, for example, Farhana Accounting Services, right? Yeah. So then आपको उस नाम को ढूंढना है. You have to search it, and the search engine that will allow you to search this name is called Nuance, Nuans, Nuance search engine. So you're going to pay the fees, you're going to put the name in, and within few minutes, the search engine will search this name for you and will let you know that there are similar businesses operating with this name. And if your name that you want to patent is available or not. And it's federally available or provincially available depending on how you're registering your incorporation. So as soon as you get the right for Farhana Accounting Services, it is now assigned to you. So you're going to pay a small fee to Nuance. It will not only search a name for you, but also will patent it for you. So you get the right to use the name. And the next time if another Farhana comes in and wants to open Farhana Catering Services, she cannot open that because there is Farhana and services there. So if 2 or 3 descriptive names are common, they don't let you open that, right? So that's their kind of way of keeping the businesses identifiable, right? So then people cannot confuse between Farhana Catering Services and Farhana Accounting Services. So people cannot. So yeah, she can change it. So the system will give them options. So then it's a very useful and unique system. So if somebody, for example, holdcos need not to have a name, right? They do not need to have a name. So what they do, they say, okay, I'm not gonna go for Nuance report. I'll just register my company as a numbered company. So the system, Canada Services, is the name of the agency where you register your services. So what they do, they assign a number to your company. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Canada Inc. This is federal. For all federally incorporated businesses, Canada is must in the name. If you're going with the no name company, if you're going with numbered company, and otherwise Ontario Inc., Alberta Inc., British Columbia Inc., Quebec Inc., तो कुछ भी है, but there will be a numbered assigned to your business, not a name. So there are 2 options there. What else? Okay, so you have selected your activity of the business, you have selected the territory of the business, federal or provincial, then you go select the name of the business, a proper name or a numbered company, and you pay the fee, incorporate your business. यहाँ तक सब ठीक है? That's the birth of your corporation now. So as soon as your corporation is born, now you're going to know what else is needed to operate that business. So the first thing is needed to operate that business is the insurance. So you must buy a liability insurance of the business. And liability insurance it's a vast topic, so I'm just gonna touch it a little bit. So it depends if you're offering a services, then the liability insurance is going to be under the name of the individual who is going to offer the services. For example, my accounting firm, I have a liability insurance. So I have 1.5 million liability insurance, which is bare minimum. Impress nahi ho jao. 1.5 million liability insurance is the bare grassroots level insurance that I have to get under my name. So God forbid, if somebody is going to sue my accounting services, so my designation is protected. So at least the designation that I earned in years and after blood and sweat is not going to be taken away. So the insurance will protect it. If you are offering products, not services, so then in that case, there are multi tiers of your insurance. So you will have to go through the safety standards of the products that you are selling. You know, it has to be, the word is escaping me. It has to be safe for for Canadians to use. So आप कोई भी product नहीं बेच सकते. You have to have your safety license of selling the product, whether it's food, whether it's clothing, whether it's accessories. और product क्या आते हैं? Clothing, food, accessories, cars, yeah, accessories, anything, any product, any tangible product, any.
What about if you provide transportation services? Like, let's suppose if someone have a plan to open a transportation.
So it's a service, right? It's a service, not a product. You're not selling trucks, you're not selling cars, but you're just selling the services of transporting individuals from one area to another.
I mean the goods transportation.
The goods transportation.
So in that case,
yeah,
it's also a kind of service.
It's
in
a service.
That case, that insurance will be provided, like the insurance cover will be under the owner's name or under the company's name.
So there is another 2 tiers. Company will also have insurance, but all your drivers will also have insurance. And it's not just the vehicle as well. And it's, oh man, yeah. So it's not just the services that are insured, but each and every step is insured. Your vehicle is insured, your company is insured, your products that you're going to content insurance, we call it. The products that you're going to load in your truck is also insured. So God forbid if there is an accident, then the products are gone, for example, right? The truck is under the accident and everything is destroyed, then the product is also insured. So the owner of the product will also get the reimbursement and you will not held liable. So you will not have to pay for the product that are destroyed in the accident, right? Because it's insured. So insurance is a major piece. So what I have seen, I'm there for long, right? 20 years se hu, and it's been 15 years I'm in the industry working. So I have seen major drawback of Pakistani businesses. They ignore the insurances. They say that insurance is a monthly premium that they have to pay. और accidents तो नहीं होते ना, पर हो भी जाते हैं. So when accidents are not happening, they say that we are paying insurance for no reason. That means you need an accident, right? You have to pay insurance for no reason. Don't will the accident into your life. So we have to pay insurance for no reason, but we can sleep well at night. God forbid if something happens, insurance will cover everything. And its insurance premiums are very high, but they must be paid. So you're in your business, whether it's a product or service, you must find out what kind of insurances you must obtain. You go through a broker. There are brokers there, too many brokers out there. And then under my accounting firm, I connect people, right? So I tell them that, okay, for personal liability, individual professional liability, this is a good broker. For product liability, this is a good broker. So, and then for health and wellness services, this is a good broker. So I connect people between the insurance, within the insurance segment. Yes, Bilal?
Like, is there any cap, like you were saying that there's some
There is always a cap.
So it's also like if you have a capital of, let's suppose, 100 million, so you must have a insurance of like this much.
So there is a cap for every business. There is a minimum cap for every business. For accounting business, for example, I have my accounting firm and then I have an LLP as well. So me and another chartered accountant have an LLP as well. So then when we register our business, when we are putting all the information, it's so systematic and so organized, it just tells us that, okay, you need minimum of 1.5 million liability insurance. So as soon as you put your product and services, as soon as you put how many directors are there, how many shareholders are there, it will tell you the tiers of the insurance. So it's very self-explanatory. So it's nothing, no rocket science. So you will know exactly what type of insurances you want and what should be the premium, monthly premium of the insurance. I usually pay the yearly premiums because I do not like to pay monthly premiums. बस एक ही दफा pay कर लेते हैं, है ना? फिर वो hurt नहीं करता every month hurt करता है. Okay, so yeah. So अभी हम कहाँ पे आ गए? Let's recap.
What is the insurance premium cost? Like it could be around 1%, 2%, 3%.
Yeah.
Percent?
Yes,
Percent of what?
Percent of like if we are insuring, let's suppose 100 million. So usually people say that insurance broker, they ask for 2% of 1 million, of sorry, 100 million.
No, it's not like that over there.
It's not like that.
No, it doesn't go with the size of or the worth of your business. It does not go with the worth of your business. It goes with the activity of your business. So activity of your business determines the insurance premium. So if your business, for example, health and wellness, if you're touching another human, your liability is way too high. Okay. So for example, if you are RMT is registered massage therapist, right? If you're an RMT, you're still touching another human.
Yeah.
You can damage another human just like that. So your liability insurance is going to be high. So your premium is going to be high. And for example, if you're a dentist, then you're touching another human again. So if you take their molar instead of their akal, you're gonna pay a bigger price, right? So then your liability insurance is high. So the insurance is based on the activity of the business. If you're providing a service, if you are offering a product, then your insurance is going to be there are many type of insurances, right? So you're going to secure your products as well. For example, if you have a warehouse, so if your warehouse burns to ashes, then your insurance must know what was the worth of your products in your warehouse. They must know how much to pay you back. You cannot just say, oh, I had 20 million there. You cannot say that. So when you're establishing an insurance, they do the assessment. They send you forms and forms to fill, and you fill those forms and you tell them that what type of products you have in your warehouse, what's the worth of the product, what's the size and quantity of the product. Everything is very detailed, trust me. They do not want to pay you a penny more than what you are worth, right? So insurance is another business, and I'm not good at it. I'm good at accounting and finance. But I have a lot of insurance brokers who are very good at it, and they want to suck your blood out of you. If you're eager, I'll connect you. ठीक है? आगे जाते हैं. अभी तक किधर पहुंचे हैं? Recap करते हैं because we have 1 more hour to go and I have a lot to cover. So अभी तक कहाँ पहुंचे फरहाना? Out loud बोलो. So from start to end, how are we going to start a business in Canada?
Yes. What are the accounting services in Canada and Pakistan? After that, we talk about that how can we become an entrepreneur in Canada. Then we talk about the types of businesses, that is sole proprietorship, partnership, incorporation, types of incorporation. After that, operating and holding or incorporation. and name company, number company, and insurance premium.
Okay, good. चलो ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा, सही है. So, okay, so now you have incorporated your business in Canada. You started offering your products and services in Canada. You got insured as well. You have a physical location or a green office, doesn't matter. COVID proved that anything can be done from anywhere, right? So you have that.
So green
Now,
office, what you need to provide?
Najia, there are some questions from the participants, our online participants. I think it's time we can answer these questions.
sure,
I'm going to repeat the question one by one, and you can provide the answer.
sure. I will
Okay.
try.
So,
Rabishali.
the first question is from Sayyid Muhammad Abdullah, and his question is, what are the document requirements for to incorporate a business in Canada? Can you highlight a list of documents that are needed to incorporate a business in Canada for both
Sure.
federal and provincial?
Okay, Firoz, very good question. So if you are a foreigner and who is going to incorporate in Canada, then you need your country, home country address. You need your date of birth. You need your full name and address, the basic information. Mhm. And if you are a citizen or resident of Canada, you need your social insurance number. We call it SIN. You need your date of birth. You need your full address. So there is no set document that you need to provide. कोई document नहीं चाहिए. It's the basic information that is needed. Full name, address, date of birth, social insurance, and if you're not a Canadian citizen or a resident, then you need your home country's identification. Like यहाँ पे क्या है वो ID card. So you need that, and your
You mean all partners if there is
all partners, all directors. So the basic information is needed. That's it. No documentation is needed. क्या क्या
What about
मांगेंगे यहाँ?
what about the process? How can the people in Pakistan initiate the process to start up their own business in Canada? For example, if I want to, I have the basic information, but if I want to incorporate a business, what are the steps involved in that? Can you highlight those steps?
Sure. Once again, so you will have to choose what kind of product and service you are going to offer in Canada. Then you will have to incorporate your business in Canada, either provincially or federally. Then you get an insurance, then you get a physical office or a green office. Physical office मतलब कोई एक head office location है within Canada. अगर within Canada नहीं है, green virtual office जहाँ पे आपकी mail आएगी. And how are you going to do it? Through an accounting firm. You're going to do it. Through a CPA, you're going to do your incorporation. Say it. You
So
know
basically, we
another.
have to. So basically, we have to get in touch with a CPA firm in Canada to incorporate our business.
You got it.
Okay. One more
Yes.
thing.
I would say that
If
both
someone
lawyer.
wants to stay in Pakistan and he cannot travel to Canada, can he open a business in Canada?
Yes,
Like if someone
absolutely.
who wants to get himself involved in the market, introduce himself for bookkeeping services, but he wants to operate his business virtually. Can he do that by sitting in Pakistan?
Oh, it's a very good question. So for bookkeeping services, yes, you can sit in Pakistan and operate your business in Canada. You have to register your business in Canada. You have to file the taxes, year-end taxes of your businesses in Canada as well, and in Pakistan as well. But Pakistan and Canada has tax affiliation, so you're not going to charge double taxes. Okay, and then for the bookkeeping services, So the bookkeeping is different than the year-end
Bookkeeping was
taxation.
just an example. Bookkeeping was just an example. I just want to understand there are a lot of different services that our members can provide virtually just by being in Pakistan. Uh,
Absolutely. So
that
you
is what I'm trying to understand is people can stay in Pakistan and provide services in Canada
perfect.
instead of freelancing, like introducing themselves properly in Canada.
Exactly. No, see, सबसे पहले, the first thing that I said, big no, is sole proprietor and freelance and self-employed. Say no to it. Never do that. Sitting in Pakistan and providing and representing yourself as an individual in Canada is big no-no. Nobody is going to come to you. Even through the
Okay.
reference, nobody is going to come to you.
So,
You
one
have
more thing, in a similar setup where we are providing services virtually, what are the costs that are involved in this setup?
So the costs that are involved in incorporating a business in Canada is from 500 Canadian dollar to 2000 Canadian dollar, but this is the incorporation cost.
Yeah.
Okay. Cost of operating a business in Canada depends on what type of business you are going to operate in Canada. If it is a product or a service, मुझे पानी दोगे? So yeah, and then it depends on what are you. I'm going to give some examples in a bit, okay? And then how you are going to sell yourself in Canada. That's the how would people know about you in Canada? Why would they come to you? Why would they choose not to go to a person who is meeting them in Canada, but a person who's sitting in Pakistan, meeting them virtually? Why would they come to you? And how would they come to you? How are you going to sell yourself there? So the first thing that I always ask people, does not matter how small your business is, get a website. Okay? So definitely get a website. Definitely have a social media platform. It could be, I'm not a fan of social media, I don't know why. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be whatever BS out there. It could be anyone, but have a social media presence. I don't need it. I don't have it. But sitting in here, you would need it. Okay. So, and then there is thing called Jazakallah khair. There is thing called Google SEOs, search engine optimization. Pay the small price, pay the small cost, so that when they search accounting services in Toronto, your name appears on top, right? Your name appears on top, your website appears on top. They click on your website, contact us page will take them to you. List your services there, list the cost of the services there, quotations there, examples there. Your website is something that will sell you. I don't need it because I'm there, right? Yeah. I'm meeting people there. I have a website, but I don't use my website to sell myself or sell my services. Pardon me. My French is very bad. So you need a good website. You need your search engine optimization. You need your digital marketing platforms. Use people, pay them. They are going to help you build your businesses. And what else? And this is how you're going to reach to small businesses. In Canada, anybody, even my 9-year-old son, if he wants to buy something, he Googles it. If he wants to buy a PS4 game, he Googles it. कौन बेच रहा है करीब में, you know, and then he clicks on the first link or maybe 2-3 links in the beginning. So use the SEOs. SEOs क्या था?
Search engine optimization.
इससे आपको पता है, मुझे कुछ और बोलना चाहिए. ये तो easy है. So use all these small ingredients. Nothing is small. So your
Achha, Nadia, there was a question. There was a question. I want uh, I want you to answer that.
yeah.
You mentioned that CPA firms provide the services of incorporating your businesses, incorporating our businesses in Canada. How much
Yeah.
do they charge for incorporating a business in Canada for
Yeah.
foreigners? You told the fees that are involved, that is regulated by
Incorporation.
the government. Yeah, that is regulated by the government, which is 500 for provincial and 2000 for federal. But what is the fee that the CPA firms charge to individuals for registering their businesses in Canada, foreigners
Okay.
especially?
A very good question. Actually, I lost my thought when I was talking about it. Who can help you incorporate business in Canada? There are many incorporation services out there. Incorpro, इसरा के नाम है, you know. There are many incorporation services out there who charges from $100 to $500 to incorporate your business. They are incorporation services. Then there are lawyers who does that, but then they will charge you arm and leg. No, they are. And then there are, oh man, मैंने कुछ नहीं कहा. And then there are CPAs as well. Kind-hearted, nice CPAs who educate you before just incorporating your business. Because listen to me, if you are incorporating your business without your homework, you are going to lose a lot of money. If you're going to go to an incorporation services to incorporate your businesses without any homework and knowledge, they're going to incorporate your services. They're not going to ask you questions.
Don't you think that the due diligence is very important?
The diligence is always important.
Because
the homework is always important. So then I tell that go to a financial planner, go to a CPA. I have seen different type of people incorporating the businesses. The CPAs are the best because they will ask you questions. A good CPA will always ask you questions. A lawyer is not going to ask you questions. He is just going to take the money, incorporate your businesses blindfoldly, not going to educate you. वो एक एक बात बोलने के चार्ज करते हैं. They're not going to educate you. The incorporation services, they are website based. So website is not talking to you. You are clicking, clicking, going next, clicking next, clicking next. If you click one wrong click, you are paying something that you're not needed to pay. So go to a chartered professional accountant, go to an accountant or financial advisor, talk it out, say what you're going to do, and then they will tell you whether you should be federally incorporated or provincially incorporated, whether you should have a optco or you should have a holdco. Are you going to have a physical office or a green office, virtual office? They can ask you these questions. Nobody is going to ask these questions. If you know what kind of questions you need to be asked, you will be ready. Otherwise,
Nadia,
don't throw
I came across.
yourself
Sorry,
in hot.
sorry, Nadia. Sorry for cutting you off. I came across a very good question. Uh, Mir Zulfikar Hussain Khan asked if he has a partner who incorporates a business in Canada, and he is basically Mir Zulfikar is in Pakistan, and his friend incorporates a business in Canada. Can he apply for the business immigration visa?
Oh, that's a very good question. I am going to that portion now. We are down to 40 more minutes, Firoz.
Yes, we are also expecting Mr. Asad Hamid Khan, who is the head of ACCA Pakistan, and Harun Ahmed Jan, who is the regional head of member affairs, at the end of the session. We're gonna leave a window of around 10 minutes for them, where we have like around yeah 50 you can say 40 minutes. We have like 40 minutes because we are answering the questions through the session, so there won't be much of a questions at the end of the session.
Okay, perfect. That's good. That's cool. So the question was? I have a very bad short-term memory. What was the question?
The question was if someone has a partner in Canada.
One partner is in Canada and the other partner is in Pakistan. It depends on what is the percentage of your partnership in the business. You must hold 10% or more partnership interest in the business in order for you to be called a business owner in Canada. If you hold less than 10% shares, you're nowhere, my dear. So
And is
whenever
there
you're
a
getting into
requirement
a
for
partnership,
setting up of the business? Is there a requirement that like we have to
visa, the
generate
visa,
certain
yeah,
amount
I'm
of
coming to
revenue or
that.
capital?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Just give me 1 minute, okay? My computer froze on me. Not that I'm looking at it, but maybe, Okay, good. So let's talk about we're going to come to our next segment of the session, and that is, actually, let me just finish this one. So I really want you guys to join hands. I'm going to pick your brains. How can we establish the biggest ever Canada Pakistani accounting firm where hundreds of us are working together and capturing the market share in Canada? Our back office can be in Pakistan, our front office can be in Canada, and we offer a wide variety of services to Canadian market. And that services that we just talked about, my first associate told us all the services that any accounting firm can offer: auditing, assurance, monthly accounting, year-end accounting, corporate taxation, personal taxation, contracts, legal contracts, so much. VCPA can do so much. We can do so much wonder, right? So we need to, at the end of this session, Firoz is going to provide you my email address and my contact details as well. I'm on LinkedIn as well. So contact me so that we can establish a networking channel where we can start this accounting firm. So the big four does not become big four from the birth, right? They become big four because they knew the power of unity. So we have to join hands together. We have to capture Canadian financial market. There's so much out there. And sitting in Pakistan, you can literally earn in dollars, right? You can, but for that, you need to know their accounting cycle. You need to know their GAAP. You need to know their payroll procedures. You need to know their softwares, taxation rules, regulations. You need to know their terminologies. You need to wrap your head around their accounting system. And there is no way that you can easily wrap your head around um, their accounting standards and procedures. And as soon as you know how they operate, what are the needs and requirements of the market, there you go. You can quote your price, and your price is going to be way cheaper than what they are paying there. And as soon as you get one client, there you go. Get more clients, one after another, through word of mouth, through Google SEO, through your website, through your social media, through all sorts of different digital marketing services. You're gonna get more clients. Sitting in Canada, sitting in Pakistan, you are serving a Canadian small businesses, and there are thousands and thousands of Canadian small businesses in Canada. Every business has to file their monthly and yearly taxes, sales taxes, and I can talk on and on about this because this is what my area of expertise is in Canadian small business accounting. So that is another bridge that we are going to cross or burn when we get there. But let's just talk about the business opportunities in Canada for Pakistani investors and how can they come to Canada, the immigration via business opportunities. And this is, we're gonna take 30 minutes for this. We're gonna talk about the eligibility requirements for startup visa program. So here is a disclaimer, okay? I am not an immigration consultant, period. Okay, who am I?
CPA.
I'm a chartered professional accountant. My expertise lies in Canadian small businesses, and my expertise lies in franchise accounting. Because I do have a 9 to 5 job as well, unfortunately. So for that, I am a lead of the finance department of franchisors. There are clinics, foot care clinics, operating throughout Canada. I am their lead finance person. So because of them, I know franchise accounting. Otherwise, मुझे घंटा पता है. सही है? So now we're talking about the eligibility requirement of startup visa program. What the hell with this English? I am an ESL. पता है क्या होता है ESL?
No.
English as a second language. You all are ESLs. Okay, English is not our first language. My first language is Pashto. Okay, so we are talking about the startup visa. So for the startup visa, you must know if you have a qualifying business. And I'm gonna come up with what is qualifying business. पहले मैं सारे bullet points बताती हूँ, and then we're gonna go inside each and every bullet point and dissect it. So the first one is you must have a qualifying business. The second one is you must have a letter of support from a designated organization. What do you need? A letter of support from a designated organization. The third point is you should and must meet the language requirement. Okay, वो बहुत आसान है. The fourth is, that is the most hard one. You must have enough money. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it. You must have enough money to settle and live in Canada before you make money from your business. You understand that?
Capital investment is different.
That's the living. You got it. तो अभी मैंने क्या बोला? Can somebody come and repeat what मैंने बोला है? मुझे नहीं repeat करना, मेरा गला दुख रहा है. Can somebody come and repeat what I said? Time नहीं खत्म होता. हिम्मत करो. Firoz, can you have somebody repeat what I said in just 30 seconds? Or otherwise, I'll just say it. Okay, let me just say it.
Okay, anyone willing to help Najia in this matter?
What are the eligibility requirements to start up a business visa? Number one, qualifying business. Number two, letter of support from designated organization. Don't miss that part. The third one is language requirement. The fourth one is have enough money to settle and live in Canada before you make money from your business. सही है? अब इसको elaborate करते हैं one after another. So qualifying business, I have already, excuse me, I have already answered this question. So qualifying business, the business that is registered in Canada. अभी मैंने बता दिया what are the types of businesses registered in Canada. You must have 10% or more
Ownership.
interest or ownership in that business.
Qualifying business means that that business is registered in Canada.
Must
Be registered.
Or going to be. It's a very good question actually. Doesn't have to be registered at the time of your startup visa. Doesn't have to be registered. The second point of this is going to shed a lot of light on it. The second point is letter of support from a designated organization, right? So qualifying business, let me sum it up. A business that is going to be operated in Canada, and you have 10% or more ownership of that business under your name, under your legal first and last name. What is the letter of support from designated organization? So there is a website, cic.gc.ca. cic.gc.ca. This website has all of the information you need for startup visa program. And the name of this program is Startup Visa Program. Okay. Now the letter of support. So in order for you to get the letter of support, so before you apply for Startup Visa Program, you must meet all these 4 criteria. You must have a qualifying business. You must get a letter of support from designated organization in cic.gc.ca. You will have the list of all the designated organizations. For example, BDO is one of them.
Yeah.
So when you contact BDO and you tell them that you are applying for a startup visa program in Canada and you are going to get the immigration through this program, they are going to ask you to send your business proposal to them. And your business proposal will have everything in it. The type of activity of the business, where you're going to operate it, how you're going to operate it, how many employees, if needed, are going to be hired in your business, what is going to be your initial capital investment in the business, what is your forecasting of the business, what's the budget of the business, and you cannot do it without the help of an accountant. Mashallah, you are all accountants yourself. So you can make a business proposal in no time, you know. So you just have to make a proper business proposal. They do give you an example. They do give you a template of a business proposal. They are very helpful, okay, in that manner. You just have to follow that template religiously, okay? And then do not hesitate to pick a brain of existing business owner in Canada. Do not hesitate to pick a brain of a chartered accountant in Canada, because they will review your business proposal and fill the gaps that you might have left, right? So then your business proposal is profound, not profoundly screwed up, profound, right? And irrevocable.
You're not missing the experience. Like if, let's
You
suppose,
don't need the experience to operate a business in Canada. You just need the money. No, I'm kidding. You don't need the experience to open a business in Canada.
definitely once you submit the business proposal, they will ask you either you have the experience in that field or not.
अगर आपके पास experience नहीं है, you will have to hire professionals who are going to operate your business, the operators. You know, you can be the entrepreneur, the owner of the business without knowing hell about it. You know,
Yeah.
I can go and open a trucking company. Do I have to know how to drive the truck or how to repair it? No, I can actually drive a truck. I love to drive a truck. Yeah, but I don't need to know it.
Yeah.
Do I need to have an experience of running a transportation company? No, I don't have to know.
That will not give you any edge.
That will not give me any edge. No. I can open any business in Canada without any, oh my bombs. I threw a lot of bombs in Canada, and then Noorun ala Noor being Pathan, I have a lot of swearing that I do for fun, just for fun.
But I
Okay.
think the experience is gonna help you in your immigration process.
No.
No.
For the business immigration? Not at all. क्या इसमें है the requirement that I told you? Does it have experience? No.
No.
The qualifying business,
Yeah.
the letter of support. The letter of support is the business profile or the plan that you're going to present to BDO or anybody. Planning is needed. A good planning is needed. They are looking for who is going to operate the business for you, right? Who are going to be the operators. For example, I am a recreational pilot as well. So I fly small planes in Canada. Yeah, chote, ek engine wale, where I have a requirement to have a co-pilot. I am planning to get a plane and usko rent pe dena hai so that it flies executives from one place to another. So if my other partners do not know how to fly a plane, I know how to fly a plane, but my other partners do not know how to fly a plane, it does not give any edge or any edge का opposite क्या होता है? Disadvantage, any advantage or any disadvantage of my business proposal. No, my business proposal must be profound. I should tell them how I'm going to operate it. I'm going to hire set number of pilots. You know, I'm going to have a docking station. I'm going to dock my plane here, hangar it there. How I'm going to fulfill the engine overhauling requirements, how I'm going to fulfill the fuel cost, how I'm going to pay the pilots, how many pilots I'm going to hire, how I'm going to pay them. This will determine the initial size of the investment. And you must be aware of your initial size of the investment. You must be aware of the entire cycle of the business, whether it's a dairy farm or it's a aeroplane that I'm going to buy one day, or whether it's a retail shop, a grocery shop, or whether it's an accounting business, services business के इतने overheads नहीं होते ना, services business के पास थोड़ी advantage होती है. You have to hire another CPA, or you have to hire another professional to operate your business. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आपके बिजनेस के सारे पॉइंट्स क्या हैं, हर पॉइंट की कॉस्ट क्या है, टोटल कॉस्ट क्या है, आपके बिजनेस की मंथली कॉस्ट क्या है, व्हाट्स द कॉस्ट ऑफ रनिंग द बिजनेस on monthly basis, what's the cost of, what is the working capital cost of the business, how you're going to fulfill it, how much initial investment is needed. And the good thing about these designated organizations are they loan you as well. So for example, if starting up a business needs, I'm just quoting, I'm just picking a number hypothetically, 20,000 Canadian dollars, right? And you have 15,000 Canadian dollars and you need 5,000 Canadian dollars loan, they will provide you that. Startup loans, startup business loans, happily they provide loans, right? Because they are earning from you, right? So you're gonna get, sabhi tak hum kahan aa gaye? You must have a qualifying business. Then you must get the letter of support. How you gonna get it? You are going to present your business proposal. They are going to give you templates. If they're not giving you templates, do your homework. Go in the designated organization, learn about them, what type of business proposal they offer, what type of plans you're going to make for them. Google karo, pick a brain of a CPA, pick a brain of existing business there, existing similar business there. So talking to existing similar business there, you would know the cycle of the business, okay, the life of the business. And then any CPA will help you find a similar brother or sister business there. And then you will know, right? And people in Canada are very nice. Like if you call them and if you tell them that you are going to open a similar business and you want to learn from them and you want to you have some questions, mostly they are very good and they answer your questions. But then I would say that don't just pick up the phone and just call them like this. You know, just book a time with them, email them, tell them that you are not going to be their competition. You're far, far away from them, something like that. But I'm going to help you in that later when you reach out to me. Okay, so then the third is meet the language requirement. I think everybody knows that. क्या है वो चार चीजें? Reading,
writing, speaking, and listening.
Writing.
there you go. Say
IELTS.
and
TOEFL, mostly I think in Canada or in USA, they prefer TOEFL.
IELTS and TOEFL.
I don't know about that. Search कर लेना क्या है?
Basically, you have
I'll
to
search it
get the
as
number of bands over there. I think they require 7 or 7.5 bands to probably solve the immigration process.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure about that.
cic.gc.ca will have that there. Search it. Minimum language requirement क्या है? And the enough money. अब आ जाते हैं enough money. Until now, I told you about the initial investment of the business. You now know how much you would need, depending on the activity of the business, either products or services. You would know how much is initial investment needed. Okay. Now this is totally different from that. This is having enough money to settle and live in Canada before you make money from your business. And for that, Canada government has set a standard. For example, if one person is coming to Canada, just Farhana is coming to Canada, or Mirza, if Bilal is coming to Canada, then you must have $13,000 in your bank account. 13,000 Canadian dollars in your bank account.
For a single person.
That's it, for a single. Mr. or Mrs. or anybody else is coming,
Per
then
person
add. No. Hold on, don't jump. $13,000 is one person. If you add another person, $3,500, add another $3,500 to
Is
$13,000.
this related to a specific age bracket or
No.
Okay.
I mean, 13,000 is for first
The
person.
first person.
And the
There
next
you
one
go.
is
3,500. Add another 3,500. Add another 3,500. If your husband and wife and many kids, keep on adding 3,500 to the 13,000. And this much money you must have in your bank account to be able to eligible for startup visa program. Okay, so when you fulfill all these requirements, you are applying for your startup visa program. And do it, you do not need a consultant. The consultant out there is going to hate me, but you do not need a consultant. Do not be arm and leg. People hate me, but it's okay. Do your research.
Yeah.
Read karo, read it.
Exactly.
Find out from other individuals out there or here. Bring a support group together. Trust each other. Start trusting each other. Start
Nadia,
helping each other.
Nadia, there was a good question from Osama Khan. Can a bank account be opened from Pakistan in Canada?
Oh, it's a very good question. Yes, you can. By all means, you can have a Canadian or a US bank account being a foreigner. You don't need
Being
to
a
have a
partner,
Canadian.
and a CPA firm would be helping us in that area as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Very easily.
Okay, here you go, Osama.
And the COVID is actually sometime blessing in disguise. People now have stopped offering me hands for handshake. Yeah, I used to have a sign on my table that do not shake hands. Please don't shake hands. Now I removed that sign. So the COVID has, मैं बहुत जल्दी off track होती हूँ. So the COVID has proved that everything can be done virtually. So opening a bank account can be done virtually. There are many types of bank accounts, an individual bank account, a business bank account. You can open it virtually. And the list of all top banks are there in Google. So TD, Canada Trust, and BMO, and RBC, and whatnot. So you can open your bank account sitting in here. You don't have to come there. Any other question about this, or should I move ahead? I have now 10 more minutes to go, and then over to you, Firoz.
Sure. There's no, I can see another question for this. There was a comment from Ifra Anjum. She asked how to invest with you. Like she wants to know if they can invest through your firm.
Okay. So here's the thing. I am going to make the biggest accounting firm, and I'm so determined, biggest accounting firm that is operating in Canada and that is operating in Pakistan. One big. The big four is no longer big four. We have to have the fifth firm, and it's not Indian firm. It's not. It's a Pakistani firm. Inshallah, inshallah. And I do not say I will try my best. I hate that. I say I will do it. And we will do it, inshallah. So we just have to sit together. We have to talk about this operating firm. We have to incorporate it in Canada. We have to list our expertise. Everybody is going to be working in that firm. And then there is no investment needed. There's only brain needed, your eyes needed, your hands needed. That's it. No investment needed. And whatever the cost of setting up this firm, we'll share it, right? And it's not going to be too much. And we are going to do it. Do you think it's possible?
Everything is possible.
Inshallah.
Everything is possible.
Once you set your mind.
Everything is possible. And this must happen. This must happen. Pakistan should see this firm. I have fear of heights. I never thought I'm going to fly a plane. But I am.
Is
So
there
your
any
question-
question from our participants who joined us virtually? If there is any question, please type it in the chat box so I can ask Najia to answer that question.
How many types is in Canada?
Any? Yeah.
Like sales tax, income tax, this tax, that tax.
वो भी वहाँ पे भी इतना ही है.
Okay,
Sales
Najia,
tax.
I missed the question. Zulfikar Hussain asked this earlier. I forgot to mention that question. He wants to know if somebody wants to open incorporate accounting firm in Canada, does he need to be a CPA, or is there a requirement that one of the partners need to be a CPA?
Oh, that's a very good question, and I wanted to answer this, and I forgot, as I forget very easily. So this is if you are offering bookkeeping services or monthly accounting services, then you can have it without having a Canadian designation. You can open your accounting firm without having a Canadian designation. But if you're offering public accounting services में क्या आता है? Engagement, compilation, auditing, assurance, then you must have a Canadian designation. So there are two different things. And if you join hands with another Canadian accountant and you open your LLP, then you're doing the bookkeeping services, monthly accounting services, and he or she, they are doing the year-end services. And between two of you or many of you, you can open your accounting firm.
Duration of let's suppose we apply for this startup visa.
Mm-hmm.
So how long this Canadian authorities take to?
Najee, there is another question. Bilal Ahmed Sheikh wants to know: is there a licensing fee for public accounting services in Canada?
Yes, there is. There is a membership fee, set membership fee for the CPA. So for the CPA body, I think I pay 1,500 a year. 1,500 Canadian dollar. Like, do not
1,500
hold me
Canadian dollars.
accountable for it. With maximum, I think इसी के करीब करीब है. सही है? So ये है for the CPA designation, and for the PAL, which is a public accounting license, there is something more, like I think 200 to 300 more. So yeah, so you can say that you pay a yearly membership fee to the designated body in Canada, which is CPA. There is only one designated body in Canada now. They are closing every other designation, unified into one CPA.
And how long they take to give you startup visa?
Oh, how long? How long? Okay. So there are two folds to it. So yeah, thank God, not many folds, just two folds. You become eligible, right? And you put your application. And then how many applications are enrolled above you will determine the time. So there is no minimum or maximum time. You just fulfill the eligibility requirement and and you just make dua. Ask your amma to make dua कि जल्दी हो जाए. That's it. कुछ और है? Firoz, do we have anything? Firoz, do you have anything?
Najia, yes, Najia, we're gonna invite. Yes. There is no other question from the participants, but now we're gonna invite Harun Ahmed Jan, who is the regional head of member affairs in MESA region, along with Asad Hamid Khan, who is the head of ACCA Pakistan.
Okay, before you do that, I really want to thank you, especially Harun Jan. I really want to thank him to give me this opportunity and trust in me. And that's it. मुझे वो खुदाफिज वाले कलमे नहीं आते, but from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that and I really thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Nadia. I think very interesting session. I found it to be very interactive. People were asking a lot of questions, and I could feel the enthusiasm from our online participants as well. I know Bilal is sitting there in Islamabad office, attending it face to face along with another member. But we had about another about 100 individuals listening to you online from across Pakistan. So there was a lot of interest. And the way you've conveyed this information was also very, very engaging. Believe you me, we have colleagues sitting with me in my office listening to this conversation with interest on, what are the possibilities for Pakistanis to become entrepreneurs, to set up their businesses in Canada. So very informative. I would definitely want more of such sessions or more engagement between you and our members in future, and would definitely want people to be in touch with you and start thinking about how to broaden their horizon, how to think beyond boundaries, geographical boundaries, and make good use of their skills. At this occasion, I will also request Asad Hamid. Asad would have joined you in the boardroom in Islamabad. He'll also wants to say thanks to you for taking time out, for traveling all the way from Peshawar to Islamabad. I know you wanted more people in front of you, but then, like you said, there are no more handshakes anymore in the world. Everything can be conducted digitally. So that's our motto as well. Digital is the way forward. So
That's perfect.
yeah, so over to Asad, if Asad can come in and say a few words as well.
You come here, I'll go there. बैठो, मैं आ जाऊँ.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Asad, loud and clear. So over
Ji,
to
first
you.
of all, thank you, Harun. Thank you, Nadia. I'd like to thank Nadia Habib, who has taken time out. She is visiting from Canada and really trying to give back and help ACCA fraternity for exploring opportunities. And I'm sure that a lot has been discussed up till now, so I will not take much of your time except the fact that right now in the current world, the sort of opportunities that are springing up, that are coming up, so it is all up to us how we remain vigilant. So like Harun mentioned that thinking beyond boundaries,
is the new mantra. Digital has enabled us all beyond our physical limitations, beyond our physical geographies. At the same time, so many new emerging areas within all professions, especially accounting and finance. A lot of us know that there is no organization without any accounting and finance, whether that is as a function, whether that is as for to help them strategize, whether it is in terms of business planning, whether it is in terms of expansion, growth. What ACCA brings forth continuously is how we help ourselves navigate our careers, how we help ourselves navigate our continuous learning. There are a lot of hubs available. You would have come across this fantastic new tool, which is called the Career Navigator, where you can actually see future jobs, how do they actually look like. And one of the key areas in this regard, and I think is very apt in terms of the conversation that Najia has brought today, is that how Pakistan can be brought forward in the global community as a hub of shared services. There are a lot of organizations in Pakistan. There's a lot of talent in Pakistan that is supporting outsourcing from Pakistan. Historically, you had to travel. Historically, you had to move. Now the global business models are changing, where a lot of outsourcing is happening offshore. So we as ACCA Pakistan have been very closely working with stakeholders, whether they are in the technology space, whether they are in the business and industry association space, whether it is in the policy space, that how we can enable our professionals to contribute to the global landscape and the changing landscape, especially in the accounting arena, and contribute not just in terms of further job creation, further employment through setting up their own ventures, but at the same time contributing to the exports. So as you would have seen that there is a very balanced mix in terms of manufacturing and non-manufacturing, which is services space within our GDP that has continued to grow. If you look at the numbers, the services exports are growing, and within that you would see a lot of the IT and IT-enabled services. IT-enabled services, as we know, have been really continued to be incentivized through taxation. So my suggestion and word of encouragement to each one of you who has taken time out to attend today's session is to think beyond what you can see, explore more, research in terms of the new trends, new markets that are opening up, not just for the accounting profession globally, but for Pakistan, which is globally taken as a hub of talent. You would know that a lot of your colleagues who are working outside and have gone abroad, they have been able to either contribute in the form of giving back to Pakistan through remittances, or creating opportunities where businesses expand their operations within Pakistan. So with this, I would thank once again Najia Habib, Haroon Ahmed Jan, our Regional Head of Member Affairs, for setting up this session, and again creating a situation where we super connect our community so that we're able to network and hear the new things and are able to achieve our career aspirations. So that's all from my side. All the best, and thank you once again. Over to you, Haroon.
Thank you very much, Asad. And at this point, I'd also like to share with the audience that Asad also champions this thought of shared services, shared accounting services. So he's been working on this particular initiative purely with the viewpoint of increasing our GDP, increasing our export of services, and mainly focusing at accounting shared services. So Asad is leading that agenda, that initiative from ACCA Pakistan's front. So I think this particular session that was held today would definitely contribute very positively towards that agenda as well. So, and I also noticed a comment from Adnan Ali Rizvi, who was saying that this is a lot of information, and probably it was suggesting Najia to open up a YouTube channel with this information. She has so much information to share. But I must say that this session has been recorded. The recording will be available to people who want to watch it offline. or on demand, and with Najia's permission, we would place it on our, on our video channel for people to refer to it afterwards, or people who have missed today's session. And I understand about 170 individuals attended today's session. And so those who weren't able to, they can definitely in their free time go back and watch this very informative video that we will share. So thank you very much, participants, for taking time out. I'm sure this would bring a very interesting close to your weekend. And while you're staying home on Saturdays and Sundays, start thinking about your business in Canada. Yeah. So
Harun, just one point to add. I think this is a very good occasion to bring up another initiative by ACCA where we are connecting our communities. The small and medium practice platform that we have, which is called Practice Connect. So I would urge all of you to also go through that. That's a huge resource, not just for networking, but in terms of knowing what are the real trends that are happening globally, the impact across markets, the opportunity that we have across markets, how you can benefit from what other practices and firms are doing, and probably replicate those within your domains, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are running your own firm, you're working for a firm, even if you're working for an organization, because at the end of the day, you see, whatever we are trying to do, we are trying to add value to the place that we either work as an employee or we run as an entrepreneur creating jobs. So that would be a good, I would say, utilization of your weekend or whatever time that you get to have a look at this platform. Really helpful, fantastic community, and one of the, I would say, most visited platforms from Pakistan if you have not already been there. Thank you very much.
thank you very much, and take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.